Morning world, and welcome to a rather chilly Sunday, 28th of November. So it's the morning after the evening before. Mikey and Emma got married yesterday at a local registry office in Yate. It was very nice, lovely little service. I then came home after that to get changed back into my civvies and sort out livestock, because I wanted to make sure that if anything happened last night and I couldn't get home for whatever reason, this lot had to have enough food, enough the water, everything, bedding, everything had to be. I had to feel secure that I could go. So they had plenty of hay last night. I did give these guys another bale of silage though, which they've only just really started on. Thank you. But now, it's Sunday. I'll be going over and visit my dad shortly, but I just need to double check these fellas have got enough. Oh yeah. So they're okay for another couple of hours. So I think probably what I'll do is I'll give these guys a bale this afternoon. I was prepared to do it this morning, but sometimes you just got to let them eat the feeder out. Otherwise, what stays on the bottom stays on the bottom, and then after a while it's just no good. So, right, everybody looks happy. You are nosy, ain't you? See? You are nosy. Yeah, I know. So I've made a couple of inquiries with reference to cow brushes. No one's answered yet. So the folks that Tom Pemberton got his brush from, I've messaged them. I've messaged another company in Ireland, and there was somebody else. Three different brushes I looked at. Some of them are quite expensive. Like £1,000 for a non-powered brush. At least that's what I can find online. I have not had any replies yet to say, you know, they've got a special deal on, or, you know, they'll help us out with a brush. But I will see. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But I think that's the intention, is we're going to put something in here. Not sure what yet. Don't know quite what budget we're going to go with. But whatever we buy or whatever we get is going to be provided by money we make from YouTube. So in a sense, it'll be you guys that'll be supplying my cattle with a bit of grooming. Yeah. So and that's kind of, I was just saying to my wife just now, and I was, she said, you videoing today? I said, oh yeah, we're videoing today, because it's got to the point now where the channel has started producing an income. We can almost, how can I put it? We can almost not afford to carry on doing this now, because although I don't spend the YouTube money I make flippantly, you know, we don't buy cars, we don't buy holidays, clothes, shoes, like that. It pretty much all goes back into here. But YouTube is responsible for the small barn over there, because if it hadn't been for the channel, I wouldn't have built that. And I reckon by the end of June, YouTube will have paid for that barn over there. So it would pay for it sooner if I didn't have to give some of it to the tax man. But yeah, I reckon by summer next year, that little barn will be paid for. And I need to thank you guys for that, because your support has enabled us to do more for these fellas. YouTube also paid for that drain that went down through there, and I'm hoping it's going to pay for the 2 more drains that I need to put down, hopefully in the next 12 months. So yeah, and luckily I still enjoy doing this, even though we've had this month has been a month of ups and downs. It started off with a massive down when we lost our mum. We've still got to go through the process of finishing off that. Yesterday wasn't up, obviously. Emma and Mikey got married, and we had a very, very pleasant evening. And I think a lot of them were going to have sore heads this morning. Serves them right. Yeah, what can I say? It's been a roller coaster month. But as far as the channel's concerned, I know a lot of you were concerned that I was going to stop or slow down after my mother passed, because a lot of these videos were for her. I have had hundreds of messages, and I'm not exaggerating, I mean hundreds of messages of folks saying, please don't stop, please keep going, we enjoy what you do. It's no, not a highlight of their day, but it is something a lot of folks look forward to, and there are quite a few of you that watch every single day, watch everything I produce. I still can't get over what some of you find interesting, but I'm grateful. Right, okay, so back to business. I've got to go over to my dad's in the next, well, 20 minutes, because you go there for 10 o'clock. You fellas, what are you doing under there? You fellas are okay in here. They're going to get muckier quicker now because they're all shut in. I don't know what sex it is yet, so this might be my chance. If I can make a bit less noise. Little girl. You a bit bunged up there. Yeah, so number 222, Michael, has had a heifer. There she is. I've still got to put an ear tag in, but they're in now, and there's no real rush. Yes, I could have done it then, because I've got to keep an eye on you, and she's just a little bit calf proud. So, yeah, tagging will be done, but when I'm a bit less busy. Hello, Gypsy. Hello, Pickle. Hello. Hello, 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 Pepper. No, jumpy uppy. Hello, hello. Right, hello. Right, go feed chickens, go on. Come on. Right. Still trying to figure out quite how I'm going to comply with rules and regulations with this lot, because we've never had indoor housing for them. They've always had literally just a big pen and shelter. They've got places they can get out of the weather and get in the shelter. I don't know quite what we're going to do. I can't net it. It's impossible to net this with all the trees. I don't know, even if I wanted to buy a housing to go in here, that I would have anything put in place ready. And to be perfectly honest, most of these birds in here are rescues. A lot of our geese have come from folks that have retired from farming or left the country, gone in the city, and they've had a couple of geese, and they've come to us and said, will we take them on? So I don't remember even buying a goose ever. I think I inherited a couple years and years and years ago, and then they just kind of, a few bred, and we had some youngsters. But yeah, we've had, I mean, occasionally the vets will ring up, say, oh, we've got a goose, can you take it? It's kind of, well, I'll try. The thing is, when you've got a lot of geese, you can sometimes bring one in, but quite often, if you're not careful, he has to go back again because he's then picked on and bullied because he's not part of the crowd. A pair is always the easiest, unless of course you've got a lonely gander and you bring in a goose, or vice versa. So, but yeah, us and this bird flu thing and trying to shut them in. One, I really don't want to because they're used to having their freedom, and two, I can't really, even if I want to. Yeah, I found the beanie. It was actually in one of my other fleeces. What are you doing through? Oh, I know what she's doing through there. I took all the food down, or took a lot of the food down to the reception yesterday. Holly did all the food. We had a big buffet on for all the guests. I mean, she did a lot of food, but back in my van was full, and I know that we spilled a little bit of couscous. Not my thing, couscous, but you know, some folks like that kind of thing. And I believe the dogs found it. Did you find the couscous? Did you? There wasn't much because I swept most of it up. You just hoovered what was left, didn't you? Right. Let's go. It's not a Land Rover, it's a Fiesta. So I just cleaned the inside of the windscreen a bit. It was a bit mucky. We had a damp, cold morning today, and obviously there was some moisture in the van, and it all decided to stick to the inside of my windscreen. But I've got most of it off. I can see where I'm going now.
One of Stephen Sondheim's many masterpieces ending this morning's broadcasting house. It's time for the Archers.
I actually preferred the old theme tune to the Archers, not Sakira, the new one. Well, that was an interesting trip over. Listening to the vicar get drunk on Edge's cider just before he was supposed to renew their vows for him. So. What? Look, you've been in there eating her food. Look, I don't even think I've got any in here. No, that's pound coins for the market. There's nothing in here. No, I suppose there is that in there. Look, okay, wait a minute. Bloody patience. One. Alright? One. Right, well, she scoffed that schmacko thing in about 4 seconds, and the camera turned itself off at the same time. We're just going to pop down to the farm, because Father's informed me that during the storm that we had the day before yesterday, well, yesterday actually, one of the chestnut trees over our stack of silage bales has decided to collapse right across the bales. So if you remember, last year we, well actually it was this year, much earlier this year, we went down, before we did our haymaking and silage making, we reduced the one big chestnut tree because it was obviously in a pretty poor state, a lot of decay in there, and we were concerned about branches potentially falling on and damaging our bales. The second tree, which was a bit further away, yeah, up yours, a bit further away, we didn't think it was going to be a real issue. Unfortunately, it appears half of it has now shed itself across the roller and our big bales. I'm just going to go and assess the damage. Oh yeah, that didn't look good. I don't actually think there's much tree left. Bugger. That was pleasant. Stopped, had a quick chat with one of the neighbours who knew Mum. Keeps coming back. So although I miss her, I should be glad to have this over with, done. I'm sure you know what I mean. So funeral is on the 7th of December. It's going to be at the Westerly Crematorium, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if any of you folks out there who watch, and I know quite a few local folks watch this, if any of you haven't heard the arrangements, look at them, devils. Yeah, so 2 o'clock on the 7th of December, Westerly Crematorium. Will we go and say our final farewells to me mum. So yeah, if you knew her, or a friend of the family, whatever else, then obviously you're welcome to come up and say your farewells as well. So I think there's going to be a few there. As far as recording that, I haven't made my mind up whether I'm going to video anything there or not. Part of me wants to, and the other half feels it's disrespectful. I don't know. We are webcasting it to family and friends abroad. So if you are, again, a friend of the family from abroad and you watch and you want the webcast details, you'll have to message me, but we're only going to give the links to that to actual family and friends, people that we know. So it's not for anybody. It's kind of the inside, and the service bit's going to be reasonably private, I think. So okay, right, I now have to go back and collect my mother-in-law because she's stopping in to our house today for a bit of lunch. Probably another update on the granny flat, and then she's off down to see her son Simon, who you met yesterday, to take down a lunch for him and a couple of vases that he wanted. My brother-in-law's always had his eye on these 2 vases in his mother's house, and it's basically a case of, well, she's moving to my place soon, and he wants to make sure those 2 vases don't come to me. So they're going to him today. We've teased him about that quite a few times. In fact, I think my wife has hidden them a few times just to wind him up. Okay, right, onwards and upwards. Home time.